dollars of capital are flowing into the network. It's going to go from 2 billion to 20 billion to 200 billion to 2 trillion to 20 trillion to 200 trillion. And when it gets to 200 trillion, it'll chop along at plus 20% to eventually 300, 400, 500 trillion dollars. And where is that capital going to come from? It's going to come from Russian real estate. It's going to come from Chinese private equity. It's going to come from everything in Africa, everything in South America. You have capital flowing from foreign financial and physical assets to Bitcoin. You have capital flowing from 20th century assets to Bitcoin. To the capital is going to flow from the 20th century to the 21st century. It's going to flow from physical to digital. It's going to flow from currency-based derivatives to a digital commodity derivative. So it's already happening. It's unstoppable. It's literally like, for me to say Bitcoin's going to demonetize gold understates it. Yeah, it's going to demonetize gold. Then it's going to demonetize the real estate that's 10x more than gold. Then it's going to demonetize every long-term store of value. So what you have is a situation like the Europeans show up and they give like some Dutch guilders or some pieces of paper or some glass beads or seashells or stone coins to people using a more primitive form of money. And we have the opportunity to, in essence, just grab 10, 20, 25% of the network, let the entire dynamic flow, and it's going to accelerate. And when the dust settles, the American people will own 25, 30% of that capital.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're going to get more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the NWO book and the Crypto Teacher book. The NWO book shows you how the world really works, and especially in the times that we're in right now, it's definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep. And in 2025, the NWO is going to turn on that alarm clock. It's up to you whether you wake up or not, whether you're going to hit that snooze button. Remember, my people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And guys, we're going to see stablecoin regulation, which is the foundation of this new digital economy, and it sets up down the road 2028, 2029 for that free money. And then also, of course, in the first quarter of 2025, we always get a correction. But we have trillions of dollars sitting on the sideline in money market accounts. And then plus, we know the Fed is going to cut rates. Not a lot this year, but they're definitely going to cut rates. So I see us getting a correction and then moving back up. And then we have the two powerhouses, China and the U.S., will step up these tariffs on each other. And of course, guys, that's going to hit certain parts of the market. But then we also have the hacks. We have the Birdman. We have the drums are beaten, and more movies to come, as we can see. And inflation is going to stay sticky, and layoffs are going to step up while they move in all this automation. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we have Bitcoin, cryptos, and stocks pulling back. And don't forget, we have options today. And I told you we had another week and a half of a leg down. And because stocks pulled back big today, Monday won't be as bad. Don't forget, quarterly options expire for stocks. And CoreWeave IPO. I sent a message in the stock Patreon. I told you what was going to happen. They're trying to squeeze every cent before the launch. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, guys, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now being pushed down. Of course, it's being blamed for that high PCE. We have the dollar down. We have volume in crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And we have USDT 0 is live on Optimism mainnet and the super chain. And then we have Tether CEO says he's open to create a domestic stablecoin in the U.S. And guys, we know Tether is not worried about the U.S. They're focused on the emerging markets, and that's where the fourth industrial revolution will rise. And we have JP Morgan predicts yield-bearing stablecoins could grow from 6% to 50% of the market. And we know it's going to be higher than that. Once we get stablecoin regulation that will allow banks to use them, and we know they're going to bring that yield. And we know with yield, that helps push adoption. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $291 billion yesterday. As we can see, this repo just keeps moving up. And that just lets you know how bad things are. But guys, make sure you pull that on a daily basis during the week. And we know the Fed wants to keep rates high for longer to destroy this legacy market so Trump can build the fourth industrial revolution. And we see Trump, the Trump family, and the administration pushing this fourth industrial revolution, and is moving faster than I ever would have thought. But remember, this is a plan. It moves in phases. Now we have the PCE numbers come in at 2.8 for February. We know inflation is going to stay sticky. Now we have the tariffs, and we know that's going to raise prices everywhere. And when we're going out to eat, going out to shop, we clearly see these prices were moving up well before the tariffs. Prices just keep moving up because we know about corporate greed. They know you have to buy certain things, and they're going to keep moving prices up. And don't forget, once we get these stable coins, the real-time settlement, they'll have these digital prices, and they'll be changing throughout the day. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have Hashkey and Bocera to launch tokenized money market ETFs as part of Hong Kong's Project and Symbol initiative. And remember, guys, nothing happens in Hong Kong without China. And I bought you that video that proved that, and it came out the horse's mouth. Remember, guys, I don't go over any conspiracy theories. I don't even go over my personal opinions. I bring you the facts, and then I speak about them, but on a conscious level. And remember, guys, I give you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And because I'm giving you the truth, you're going to hate me. But remember, guys, I'm just a watchman on the wall. My people perish from the lack of knowledge because they reject it. And we know these sheep are willfully ignorant. Looking at March Madness, free bread, free circus. It is unbelievable. But like Warren Buffett stated, what we have learned from history, no one learns from history. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum spot ETFs right now are down. Now we have Grayscale has filed for an Avalanche ETF with the Nasdaq. And we keep getting these crypto ETF filings, and they're piling up. And eventually they're all going to be approved. We know for a fact they're going to be approved, but it's all about timing and regulation. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have RobinHood plans to launch checking and savings accounts for its Gold subscribers this year. And I've told you time and time again, these Fintech exchanges, whether it's for stocks or for cryptos, they're nothing but banks. Due to technology and a cell phone, they become a bank. But at the same time, the Fed has its hands on it. Why? Because they control the money supply. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then lastly, we have Circle and the New York Stock Exchange has signed a MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, to explore integrating USDC and USYC. And USYC, of course, is yield bearing into ICE's trading, clearing, and data systems. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. And what are they preparing for? That's right, real-time settlement on blockchain, and of course, a gateway to tokenization. And with that, you can do automated yields, automated dividends. Like Larry Fink stated, the technology is already here. But guys, we know all they need is that crisis to bring in this fourth industrial revolution. Whether robots, algorithms, and drones take the economy over, pay each other with crypto, and the sheep go inside the metaverse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID 33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.